Good morning, I'm Jeannine.
And I'm Kris. Welcome to the Blue Fiber Tree.
Yes, and happy Mother's Day.
It's Mommy's Day. And
It's Mommy's Day.
Mommy.
No, but better to have you safe.
I know. My eardrum can't rupture again.
Nope.
That's the worst thing in the world. But I'll get to see her at the end of June when she comes in.
Oh, well, that's cool.
Yeah. So that's cool.
Awesome. Yeah, so happy Mother's Day to everybody out there. And we're going to go through the calendar.
Yeah.
And on the 17th, we have an advanced spinning workshop, Beehives and Cocoons, from 5 to 8.
Yay.
Yeah.
And if you visit Longtail Knit's Facebook page or alk&me's Facebook page, you'll see that information right under our events tab.
Same thing on the website of Longtail Knits.
Gives you a great description, picture, all that good stuff.
Just quickly, any prerequisites to that workshop?
Let's see. Beehives Cocoons.
Beginner
spinning, and I think core.
Core. I think
Core. So it'll say right on the thing, and I'm normally more prepared than that, but
yeah,
because there's a couple of different ways to do the beehives and cocoons, and one of them does require core.
Correct.
So
okay, cool. No skill macrame on the 18th. We're going to be doing these really cool coasters from 12 to 3.
I'm gonna play Vanna White.
It's her workshop. Why not?
The thing I like about this is the kit that you get for the class.
Mm-hmm.
There's just going to be like multiple colors. You'll have enough to make 4, but you can put your colors together however you want. No, we're not doing color. You can. I'm not saying you can't. You're just going to have a lot more ends to tuck in if you do that.
Mm-hmm.
So there'll be a lot of color options. And the cording that we used on these, we did that 4mm, that braided polycord.
Yeah.
So you're not going to get a bunch of it's not going to absorb all the water because it's really water resistant. So I like that. This, not so much. But this, at least when you drink sweat, you won't have a ring on your coaster.
Right. And also, if the 18th doesn't work for you, we already have a second one scheduled on June 2nd. That's a Friday night, and that'll be from 5 to 8. So if that date doesn't work, plan on June.
We're always tossing a second class or a third class of something in because somebody's like, well, I want to take that, but I can't. Okay, when can you? And then we throw another date on the book, and then Jeannine has no more room in her calendar.
That's okay.
But this is fun. I like it. It fits.
I like full calendars.
Yes, me too.
I complain all the time, but I really like it.
Pardon me. My allergies have got me.
Yeah. So on the 20th, we have basic knots from 1 to 4.
Yes.
Yeah.
So basic knots, you will not take home a project that day, but you will learn all of the knots that are in this. This is technically our beginner's macrame project that we do, but some people don't actually want to make like a traditional macrame piece. They like having the basic knots so they can take our advanced classes, like they wanted to do the project bag, which we have coming up again in June, I think. And as long as you know your knots, you can take the advanced classes.
Right.
That's not a big deal. It's why we created the basic knots class. You get your cording that you need to learn your knots, and we really just learn knots. We don't take home anything except you get to take home your practice cords.
Right, and that cording, you can undo those knots and work them over and over again. It's a very secure cording. And I said the wrong time. It's 11 to 1 because right after that at 1 o'clock is beginner spinning from 1 to 4. So this must be a Saturday. So
that's got to be a Saturday.
Got to be a Saturday. Yeah. So there's that. On the 24th is an advanced tapestry project still to be determined.
Yes. Because I was out of town for unexpected things and didn't get that done. But I will get it done over this, before long. In the next couple days, we'll pop that out there. And if, because I'm delayed in getting it out there, we'll just put it on the books again for June.
Yeah, so either it's going to be up before this even airs or it'll be rescheduled for another time. Yeah. But that's on the 24th from 4 to 8, which brings us to Memorial Weekend.
My almost favorite time of the year.
It is a great time of year. So this is Great Lakes Fiber Show, which we will be talking about as soon as we finish the calendar.
Yes.
Friday the 26th, the store will be closed. We're going to be packing up, going down to Wooster, setting up our booth space.
Yes.
And then on Saturday and Sunday, the 27th and 28th, starting at 10 o'clock both days. Saturday ends at 5, Sunday ends at 4. It's a Great Lakes Fiber Show at the Wayne County Fairgrounds in Worcester. And then Monday is Memorial Day, so we'll be closed then too, but that's our day to set everything back up.
It's the only way we can get things back together is by doing that.
We take a lot of stuff and hope we don't bring back all of it or any of it.
Yes. It's a dyer's dream, so I can die to go to the show and then die so that I can restock the store.
Yes. So
But that's okay.
it's fun. So that's always our hope.
It is. I'm excited to see everybody.
So yeah, she already knows what she's bringing. I have most of the idea of what I'm bringing, but if you have any suggestions for things that you would like to see, please let me know, because there's still time to tell me so that we can get it packed up. 2 more things that are actually after the next release date, but I do want to tell you what they are.
Right.
On the 31st is beginner spinning, and for some strange reason, I don't have a time on that. Yeah, don't know why.
If I could remember what day of the week it is, it's probably a 5 to 8, because I think that's a Wednesday.
It's a Wednesday, so
yeah,
I believe it is 5 to 8. And then while she's teaching spinning, I got this cute little guy that I'm going to be teaching. He's my little needle felted bee, which is super fun. He's got a whole lot of character. Nook even has a little bump on his butt.
I love the bees.
Wings. He's fun. So this is something that I'll be teaching on the 31st as well, from 5 to 8. So she's probably beginner spinning 5 to 8 up there, and over here at the big table, we'll be needle felting.
I have a bunch of little felted bumblebees at the salon because Lisa, I still don't know where she's got them because we're like 2 ships passing in the night and I don't get to see her, but she left a bumblebee on everybody's station, and we were told we had to name them. And I was like, I can't come up with a name for a bee. And my client goes, oh, I got this. I was like, what? Beyonce. So my bee is Beyonce. So, except I think I'm supposed to exaggerate the bee again.
Exaggerate the bee.
So,
yeah.
But I have Beyonce the bee.
Yeah.
Maybe you guys can name yours in the class.
So any of the stumblings of times and dates and things, please, it'll be listed below.
Yep.
It'll all be correct.
This is Harold. We're going to call him Harold.
We're going to call him Harold.
He looks like a Harold to me.
He's Harold.
Harold the bee.
He's fun.
He'll have a good life.
So we are going to talk about the Great Lakes Fiber Show, and we are going to give you information. We're going to talk about the vendors first. This year, there are 95 vendors.
Rest assured, by the time the show gets here, we'll be at 100. There's
It'll be
probably
at
some
100.
last-minute cancellations due to whatever, and then there'll be some last-minute, hey, I'll take the spot, because, why not?
Exactly.
And then, so that over Memorial Day weekend, it is at Wayne County Fairgrounds in Wooster. Saturday is from 10 to 5.
Yes.
Sunday is from 10 to 4. So,
rain or shine.
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't matter, because we're in buildings.
Yeah. No, everything is covered except for a few tiny things outside. And they're doing a few things differently this year, which I love, because there's going to be activities for people, some free activities
in
to
the
go
grandstand.
in the grandstand to go, get a little taste of some of the fiber world.
Yeah, and I'm kind of bummed because on Sunday they're doing introduction to nail binding, and I've always wanted to learn how to do that more in depth.
What time are they doing that?
Like 1 o'clock on Sunday, something like that.
Well, maybe since you're next to me, I can just help Bobbert. Alex will be with me. He knows how to ring out.
I know. We'll see. I know Nancy's she's staying for the whole weekend because she wants to see that too. So that's her main reason for being there for the weekend. She's going to go see that on Sunday.
That's cool that they're doing that.
Yeah, they have a lot of kid-friendly and adult-friendly free activities just to introduce you to different fiber arts techniques.
And they're doing the dog thing?
They're doing the dog thing, but they're not doing the sheep show. That's what it was. They changed.
Yeah. Okay. Rest assured, there's still going to be fleeces and the fleece competition, so don't panic on that note. But we are not, you can thank us later, going through all 95 vendors, because this would be a 2-hour video, and we have a hard enough time keeping it under 45 minutes as it is. But what we like to do is we like to go through the vendors and highlight the ones that like we know are people's favorites or are particularly our favorites. So we'll tell you about some of the vendors that are going to be there, what building they're in.
Yeah.
For starters, we're just going to straight up say you're going to find Longtail Knits and alk&me. However, I'm in the same building. I'm on the opposite side. I get to be next to my friend this year.
Yeah, she's right next to me.
I'm very excited about that.
I'm in 19 and 20, and she's in 17 and 18 in building 11.
And I have a double booth this year.
She does.
So you guys have no excuse to come into my little space because it's not going to be so crammed and little that you're like, oh, that's cute. Okay, I can't see anything. Got to go by. So lots of space to be able to find things. Probably a very similar setup to Wild and Woolly as what I have.
Correct, because it's the same booth size. So yeah, so that'll be interesting to see how all that pulls together, which means I get to rearrange my booth a little bit because I get to piggyback off of one of her racks, so which is really cool.
That's a wonderful thing because it gives you 4 whole sides of the rack, one wall.
Yeah, it's perfect. So yes, we're in building 11.
Yes.
And in building 11, across from us, we love these gals, 100 Ravens.
They have such beautiful yarns.
It was fabulous just watching them. I got to talk to them a little bit last year as we were doing setup, and it's really cool to see their stuff. They have kits, they have yarns.
I know.
Yeah, they're really fun.
I aspire to be that organized someday.
You're getting there. You're more organized than I am now.
Like my setup is organized, but like packaging kits and coming up with kits, guys, is way harder than you think it is.
Yes.
Like it's not about just I'm gonna throw some yarn in a bag because I've done that, and it doesn't work. No. So, and I'm learning that when you're putting kits together or designing something that's gonna be a kit, don't make 100 of them. Because we got stuck with Ricky the sheep for a really long time.
That's all right, but you take 10 to 15, and if people want more, we'll go.
Order them.
Yeah, order them. We'll take your name and number, and we'll send them to you, whatever. Yeah, so
you got 100 Ravens that's next to us.
Well, they're across the hall from us.
Yes.
Created for you. She's in building 39.
Is she?
Yeah. Oh. So Laura at Created For You, she's been featured on a few Facebook pages lately.
I saw that.
Her community services that she's been doing. Check her out.
For those of you that are wondering, Briar Rose is in building 13. She'll be back.
Oh,
they're
awesome.
back.
Yay.
I know. I'm excited. I like her yarns. They're just very different than anything that's out there.
Yeah.
And she also does the big hanks where it's almost like the double hanks.
No.
So
I don't know what they do, but their fibers, their yarns speak to me. And 2 years ago when they weren't there last year, right?
No.
So 2 years ago when I was walking around, I kind of did one of these around their booth because I get sucked in.
Oh, that's an easy one to get sucked into.
So this year I'll have to go visit.
Yeah.
I'll have to go visit them this year.
Do you know I still can't find the stuff that I bought from her like 4 years ago?
No way.
Don't know what I did with it.
Huh.
I don't know if I put it in a project. I can't remember I put it in a project. Maybe it's in somebody's shawl they're walking around wearing.
That's possible.
Can't find it. Oh, it sure is.
Ed the Wheel Healer. He's in building 13 in booth 7 and 8. They do sell some items for spinning wheels, but they also will answer any of your questions about if you need a repair, if your wheels is damaged in some way. They're a great resource. Anytime we have an issue with the spinning wheel, especially the older ones that people find, and they bring to me, I go, here, you need this business card from Ed the Wheel Healer. Call them, tell them what's going on, and they're pretty good about either saying, yes, we can fix it, and this is our lead time, or no, I'm sorry, we can't.
Right.
Right.
Which is awesome because there's not many people that know enough about wheels in our area.
Right.
That can help you if you have a problem.
They can also fix the antique wheels because they actually turn wood to make pieces.
I think that's awesome.
To replace, to be able to fix it. And you have to understand those things take time.
Yep.
And so if you want that wheel to actually be a functioning wheel, you're going to have to give them time and expect to pay the money to get that service done.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's a great thing, and I think the son is now involved in it for the last couple of years.
That's fabulous.
Yeah, so he's helping.
We have Mab Elements in our building. She's got a double space.
Is she behind me?
Yeah, she's behind you.
Yeah. She was behind me last year.
I think she was like 2 down from me last year. I'll be hitting her up for shawl pins again because, I mean, I make so many shawls, and when I'm displaying, like, I kind of like to have a pin to show that, hey, you can or you can't.
She makes some fabulous jewelry, so if you ever get a chance,
they're beautiful.
Yeah, go check her out. Fiber Infusion. So their stuff is really cool because they do fused glass as well as doing yarn.
Why don't I know who that is?
I don't know. They're in building 13, so unless you go explore that building, you won't know them. But they have some fabulous glass bowls and things.
I think the only way I'm going to be able to explore is if I explore before it opens on Saturday.
Possibly, yeah.
Because I didn't even Wild and Woolly. I got to walk to the bathroom and back.
I think I did that once too.
And that was it.
We were.
I'm so sorry, guys. My throat is horrible from allergies.
Wild and Woolly was extremely busy from the time we opened until the time it closed, and we never got a chance to visit
anybody. I kept waving at Laura. I'll be over. Save me yarn from Laughing Cat Fibers.
Yeah. I had to run across and go, here's my socket made out of your yarn. She goes, oh, I know that guy. I like Willa George.
She's in our building, by the way. Laughing Cat Fibers, right?
I think she's across from us as well.
Oh my God, we're gonna get in so much trouble. Spry Whimsy, Ingrid is gonna be there in building 13, probably her normal spot, right as you walk in on the right. God, she's got some fabulous stuff. She's got spinning wheels, books, your supplies you need for the felting and spinning.
Yes.
But one of the things she has that I love, and I think this year I'm breaking down. I have no idea where I'm going to wear it, but they have the coolest felted hats you have ever seen in your whole entire life. Like, they're just funky, and some of them are kind of gnomey,
right,
or elf-like. But she's got the greatest felted hats that I absolutely love.
That is fabulous. They actually have me listed in the wrong booth.
Uh-oh. Don't say that.
Well, they have me in the right building, but they have me in 20 and 21 instead of 19 and 20.
I wonder if they shifted.
No, because there's somebody next to me in 21.
Oh.
So there's a space next to me.
Okay.
Laughing Cat Fibers, yep. Building 11.
Okay.
And she's in booth number 5 and 6, which means she's like
over
there.
Yep. Why Not Fibers is there in Building 11 also. Sorry, we're kind of partial to our Building 11 people.
We know
just
them.
Because we know them. I absolutely love Why Not Fibers. They've got some great things over there.
There's a lot of things from Ohio.
Twisted Pixie. Oh. Well, that's cool.
Sorry, our heads are down, but we're scrolling our phones.
Yeah, we're scrolling to let you know because... just so you know, it's like we kind of didn't print out the pages to read from the pages because it's so many pages.
It's a lot.
It was just easier to grab this and look through it.
Mitten Designs.
Yes.
She's in building 13 as well. You like her. She's got these really cool project bags.
Love them. Supernova Dye Works, they have some great stuff. They have some great. Listen, if it's an indie dyer and I say I like them, you know I like them. What is the Rouge Lucette?
I don't
remember them.
You're a page ahead of me. But
but I snuck to the back page because I knew you were a page ahead of me.
Well, that's okay. I do want people to know that there are some spinning and weaving guilds that are also represented at this fiber show. And Medina Spinning and Weaving Guild is in building 39.
Absolutely.
And they're in space 28. And they actually help organize the show. So stop by, ask questions. They have a lot of helpful information if you need anything.
And thank them. Because the hours they put into this are endless.
Oh, it's ridiculous. Looking for the teachers for any of the workshops, organizing all the vendors, all that stuff that goes into making this possible. As soon as this one is over, they start preparing for next year. Yes. It's a huge undertaking, so absolutely.
I will tell you, one of the things that they did, and they did it last year, there's a Great Lakes Fiber Show community page on Facebook. When you go to search it on Facebook, you'll see 2. One only has a couple of members. That was from like 6-7 years ago. the other one that has more members, please join that page, because I'm telling you, we're at the time where vendors are going to start posting all the cute little stuff that they're bringing, and you can kind of get a preview from the vendors. It's a great time that if you see your favorite vendor and you're like, oh my God, are they bringing that glow in the dark yarn like what
Laura has,
what Laura from Laughing Cat Fibers has, you can ask in the comments underneath their post, and most of them will interact with you and get back to you. So
we actually appreciate the feedback. So
oh my
I
God,
know
we
you
love it.
posted something at the beginning of the month, and hopefully by the time this airs, I will have something up there. But it's great. I mean, this year there's a whole lot of activity on that page, and if there's anything else that you need to know, you can, like I said, you can go to the GreatLakesFibersShow.org website and get more information. Zylanger Wool Company
Absolutely
is also in Building 11. They're in the very first space up there, so they're always in that booth 1. And a lot of times they'll have a trailer outside too for the overflow.
They do, and a lot of times they're like kind of doing delivery pickups at the same time.
Oh yeah.
My hope, and they got away from it last year, which I was a little tiny upset about, is they always had 10 bags of fiber of like roving, and they didn't have any for me to buy last year. It's how I got my big huge like, I swear to this thing was like 10 pounds of Romney the one year. So I like it when they bring those bags of, hey, we're going to bring this and sell it to whoever, first come, first serve.
The Rouge Lucette, that's who you asked about.
Yeah.
Wood weaving tools, books, thread, yarns, and roving. It sounds like they probably have a lot more of the Lucettes where you make cording. Remember that U-shaped
yes,
kind of
I
thing?
do. Okay.
So probably that.
Ooh, the Weaver's Beam. They've got the rugs and the mats.
Okay.
They've got some cool stuff.
Alrighty.
They do.
The Fiber Arts Guild at Malabar Farm. There you go. There's a second guild.
Oh, that's awesome.
And they will be doing demonstrations for different fiber arts, probably spinning and weaving and things like that.
You guys, I'm telling you, the list goes on and on for vendors. And if you're looking for fleece, you're going to find fleece. If you're looking for yarn, for sure you're going to find yarn. But you're also going to find bats and roving and knitting needles and crochet hooks and dyes for dyeing fibers and yarn. You'll find some finished pieces from some people.
Yeah. Another person that we like a lot, he's in the grandstand, is Shepherd's Custom Woodworking.
Yeah.
So he has a lot of swords for weaving and shuttles.
I'm gonna say, weavers beware. Take your checkbook, because you're gonna need it.
He has a lot of things over
and
in
he's
that
priced
area.
right. That's what I like about him is he's priced right. Who was it that Rhonda got her mini tri-loom from?
I think it was from him.
Was it from him? Because it was very well done. Like, that's what I liked about it. You want to talk about the competitions that they're doing?
Sure. Hold on one second. I want to see if this other guy is still there, if he's coming this year. Eggles Woodstuffs. He's in our building, so he also has a lot of woodworking things and looms and. He actually has. If you do inkle loom,
he's got some great inkle looms.
Yeah,
they're beautiful.
I don't know if Shepherd's Woodworking has cards for inkle loom weaving, but I know that Chuck does.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
Yeah, that kind of thing. So it's something that I'm going to have to check out too, because
we need some cards.
I need some more cards.
I know. We got to get my daughter and her fiance on the ball.
We do.
And get them made. I know they've been a little nutsy.
They've been nutsy. All right.
So do we want to start with skein or garment?
Skeins first. Let's do
All right.
Skeins listed first on the website. So
all right. So there. For people that don't know what we're talking about, skein competition. It's for spinners of all ages. Like, have you been ages and skill?
Experience.
I'm so sorry. My throat will chill out all day. One of these days.
Take a drink.
I'll take a drink.
So it goes from beginners to advanced and everything in between, different weights of yarns, different fiber types. There are
And different spinning techniques this year.
And there are 7. There are 7 different categories this year. You can enter two
skeins
per class.
Yes. And then just so you know, like all of the categories except for D and E, you have to determine whether your class is a fine, medium, or bulky.
Correct.
So there's actually like subdivisions of the sections. But we'll go through just the categories that we have right in front of us, right? We have category A, which is singles, meaning they are not plied, and it has to be at least 50% wool. Sheep's wool. Sheep's
wool.
Yep.
Category B is 2 or more plies spun into a traditional yarn and at least 50% sheep's wool.
Yep. Category C is spinner's choice of fiber and ply. Now, when they're saying sheep's wool, they really mean sheep's wool, okay? So if you have 100% alpaca roving that you want to spin, you can spin it, but you need to put it in your category C. Like, because alpaca's not a sheep.
Right. So any breed of sheep, as long as it's at least 50%. It could be 100%. It could be blended 75-25.
Yep.
Whatever.
And it can be blended with the alpaca. It just needs to be more sheep's wool than the other.
Right. And you have to be very clear about what your fibers are in your skeins.
Yep.
You don't have to do a percentage. You just have to,
No, they want to know.
Say it. They want to know. Category D, novelty yarns, bouclés, spirals, slubs, spinner's choice. A commercial yarn with a hand-spun yarn may be used for this class, and you have to identify the commercial fiber that you are using. So if you're using a cotton thread or something that is Aunt Lydia's or something like that, you have to specify that that's what you use for ply. But that's a fun category. She loves that category.
I love that category. I do. I got lucky a couple of years because we had judges that understood the intensity of what I spun and that I used multiple techniques to be able to create the art yarn that I did. So I was able to do best of show a couple of years, which was awesome. I may never do it again because there's so many fabulous spinners out there.
They're all starting to come out of the woodwork.
Well, and it's funny because a lot of the spinners that I've taught and also ones that have taken classes with me, I know of at least 5 people that are entering this year. And I love it. I can't wait to see what my students do. Like,
yes, long tail knits is very well represented.
I'm so excited. Like, I love that they're gonna enter. Rhonda keeps going, hey, is this one okay? Should I enter this one? What about this one? Oh, do you see the ply on this one? It's like, I love you. I might do this one in the singles category. I'm like, okay, have you set it yet? No. How about you do that first and then we'll look at it.
We had like 7 or 8 new spinners in January this year, and they're all like, okay, I need.
Yeah, it's been fabulous this
fun.
Year. Category E. This is where my people who just started in January will be entering. So you have to be spinning for 1 year or less, a single or applied, and it has to be at least 50% sheep's wool.
Yep, that's going to be fun. Category F, I believe, is new this year, isn't it?
I hope Alex enters something.
Yes. So this here is drop spindle category. So it's not with a spinning wheel. It's with a drop spindle. And it can be singles or plied yarn and must be at least 50% sheep wool. Now, if it's a plied yarn, you don't have to ply it on the drop spindle. You can use a spinning wheel to ply it if you want to. But I'll tell you what.
No, I know. Jan is fabulous.
Jan she only spun, at that time, she only spun on a drop spindle. And she would ply on the drop spindle. And her stuff was fabulous.
I can't walk and chew bubble gum, so I'm not even picking up a drop spindle anytime soon. I can say that with surety, trust me. But then the last category is category G, which is e-spinning.
Yes, electric spinning wheels.
They had that one last year, and I think it's lovely. I really do, because so and I'm not knocking e-spinning versus whatever, but with e-spinning, plying is a lot easier. You have a lot more control over your ply. So if you're turning in a plied yarn for a competition, your e-spinner people, they got a leg up, guys. They really do, because you're not trying to work your hands, work your feet, and really, really, like, you don't have to do everything. E-spinning, I'm telling you, watching Nancy, she just sits there.
Oh, it's funny. The last time she was in here, she put it on the tension Lazy Kate, set it on a chair, and just stood there and watched it fly.
Cracking me up.
It was hilarious.
Now, I will tell you, each skein that you enter is $3 a skein. They have to be turned in on the grounds under the grandstand between 10 and 11 on Saturday. All right? Skeins have to be picked up by starting Sunday at 2 o'clock. All right? They like to set out the winners, but I will tell you that judging starts at noon on Saturday, and they mean it. Last year, I had absolutely no idea that judging took place. You would think by now I would know. In my brain was like Sunday. In my brain, Sunday. And I'm just sitting in my booth doing nothing. Somebody goes, "Hey, I think your hat won." I go, "What are you talking about?" Because I also had stuff in the garment competition. "Oh, no, that black and green hat." I go, "They judged?" And they're like, "Oh, yeah." I was like, "I gotta go." I was like, Tony, stay here. I gotta go. So, yeah, I always forget. I don't know why. But, yeah, it's $3 a skein. You can enter 2 for every category.
Yeah, and they have the form up on the website.
Yep.
You can fill it out ahead of time.
Do fill it out ahead of time, because I will tell you right now, while there are quite a few people at the tables when you're registering, there's a lot of people that enter the skein competitions, and it gets kind of backed up, and it's so much easier if you have done that.
I'm sure it helps them organize and know what entries need to go in what category as well.
Yes.
On to the garment competition, knit and crochet.
Yay.
All entries must be hand knitted or crocheted, completed since June 1st of last year. Clean, odor-free, and new condition. At least 50% sheep's wool, except knitter's choice or crocheter's choice. Only one entry per class. Okay, an entry will only be accepted into one class.
Yeah.
With no more than 2 entries per class. That's how
it means you can't knit something and put it in 2 categories. Right. It has to only go one.
You have to figure out where you want it.
Yep.
So yeah, same thing with submissions for your forms, but they have 7 categories in each of the knitting and crocheting.
They do. So in the knitting category, they have knitting 1, they have sweaters and vests, ponchos, and ruanas. 2, they have shawls. I'm entering the shawl one, by the way. I will finish that if it kills me.
It looks good.
Almost done. And I'm happy because it's mine and Laura from Laughing Cat Fiber stuff. So I'm going to tell her, "Listen, somebody's going to have to watch your booth because you got to go look at our shawl. We did great. We accidentally dyed the same colors."
You actually have to show it to her before you enter it.
I'll show her Friday. Yeah. I'll show her Friday. Then in the knitting 4 category, it's 3. Socks. Oh, sorry, I skipped one. 3 accessories: hats, mittens, scarves, cowls, leggings. I am entering the hat.
Okay.
Doing the lock hat. Why not?
Yep, absolutely.
It's cute. It's fluffy. The knit 4 is socks and slippers. Knit 5 is garments for babies and children. This woman should enter that because she makes beautiful baby stuff, but I don't know that she will.
I gave all my baby stuff to the baby.
Dang that kid. He's already taken everything. Knit 6, knitter's choice for non-wool knitted garments or a garment category not listed. I'm not real sure what garment category is not listed. What, underwear? Knit some Would you knit Bob some boxers and put him in that category, please? That'd be hilarious. Knit him a bathing suit. Okay. And then knit 7 is stuffed toys in a choice of materials.
Correct. Crochet's basically the same thing. So you have sweaters, vests, ponchos, ruana. You have shawls, accessories, hats, mittens, scarves, cowls, leggings, etc. Socks and slippers, garments for babies and children. Crocheter's choice for non-wool knitted garments and or garment category not listed. And number 7, amigurumis and stuffed toys and choice of materials.
Crocheted underwear.
Kris.
I just can't come up with a garment that they didn't really list.
I know, I don't.
A garter belt?
Well, wedding garters, yeah.
Wedding garters would fall into that category of the knit or the crochet.
Mm-hmm.
A veil, if somebody made somebody a veil.
Yeah, there are some
can you
things.
imagine
Headband,
a lacy veil? Ooh.
I don't know if headbands would be listed under the hats, the accessories. I think that
that would
be in
fall
there.
under that. That's just bizarre.
But there are things.
Yeah.
You just have to stop and think about it.
So, is Rhonda entering the amigurumi?
I believe so.
Yes. She does the greatest.
So Rhonda only crochets and she makes fabulous things and
fabulous things.
And
I have so many fabulous things from her.
She entered last year too, but this year they actually added the amigurumi stuff.
I know, which is right up her alley.
Yeah.
She needs to enter Dobie. Like make a new Dobie.
New Dobie?
A new Dobie because Dobie is pretty cool. But no, she's made me, I have a Groot.
Mm-hmm.
I have a sugar skull that she did that it was the cutest thing in the world.
She's actually in the middle of doing a praying mantis. He's like this big.
I hope she does it for the show.
Well, she's got to ask the person that she's crocheting it for if she can enter it first.
Oh, bah humbug, they can wait. That's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work.
I can't wait to see that. I bet it's going to be fabulous.
It's cute.
She also did an Avengers Loki for me.
She did.
She's
spoiled. Done stuff for me
really
too
spoiled.
for my grandkids. She did a Captain America and things like that.
Mine just sit on my desk in my studio and I just kind of play with them while I'm
Randy
thinking.
slept with his for the longest time, so I'm sure it's on the dresser now.
I have cuddled with my Groot. I will admit that, Groot gives me comfort.
So that's
it for the skeins
and
the garments.
For the competitions, that's it. Our thing is we're pushing weaving. We would like to see a competition that involves weaving. There are so many weavers. Why not?
I mean,
you could do regular rigid heddle. You could do floor loom, large projects.
I mean, they could break it up into 7 categories because you could easily do rigid heddle competitions.
Mm-hmm.
And if they did rigid heddle, they could do plain weave.
Yep.
Lace work.
There's all kinds of stuff.
But it could easily, and I don't know, I can't remember who I was talking to. I don't remember whether it was Vicky or Marty. I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it was one of them. And I know part of the reason is it's a lot of work to have a competition and organize one. They now have 2 competitions with many categories, but then also they have to have volunteers.
Yes.
They have to find judges, and that it takes a lot of work and it's hard. And,
it is.
And I don't know. If I wasn't doing hair, I would volunteer to organize that. I'll find the volunteers. Oh, please. We know people. Won't be us because we'll be manning our boots.
As many spinning and weaving guilds as there are in northeast and central Ohio, absolutely we could find somebody.
I would love that. And just like skeins, I would be entering the art competition, the art one, because I love my art yarn and my stuff.
So weaving can also include the macrame stuff.
It does, and I love my
weaving, the wall hanging. She does some
They
beautiful
probably
wall
wouldn't
hangings.
go that far, to be honest.
Would not in the. It would take them a while to get there, but just weaving. We've put it in their head. It took us a while to get the crochet competition in there, so we've got it in their head.
I'm gonna keep putting it in their head every time Dave walks by my booth this year and be like, Dave, come here. See this beautiful shawl? Wouldn't this be great if I could enter something like this into one of the competitions that we don't have? And he'll just look at me and shake his head and walk on.
Yeah, because there's
such a nice guy.
loom, there's triangle looms, there's rectangle looms, you can just make pieces and
I
sew
would
them
enter
together
all day long.
and
all day long.
It's fabulous the things that you can come up with. I mean, I'm sitting here and I'm looking at a hood.
Oh, my hood. Yeah.
And I'm looking at a poncho, and over there is a shawl.
Yeah.
And they're all woven pieces.
And they're 3 different size tri-looms too.
They are.
That's a 4, that's a 3.5. Oh, that might also be a 3.5 for the hood.
No, that one's a 5.
Oh, that one's a 5. No, it's not.
Then it's a 4.
Okay.
It is not a 3.5.
Okay.
But
if you
anyway,
say so.
It's bigger.
I have so many. I have like 95 trilooms at my house, in my barn. So half
She
the
has a
time I
lot.
don't know what I picked up or what.
But it's just one of those things because, that's that other thing that we love. And also ink loom, it could be a category.
Oh my God.
in
Can you
weaving.
imagine the amazing things?
Yep. But
Nobody would ever win if Barbara's, is it Barbara that teaches? That was
Barb, yeah.
Barb. Yeah, no one will win if Barb comes in and competes.
But
She's
they
been
would
doing
because
it forever.
but she teaches so many of us that we have her skills.
That's true.
It just depends on what we do.
She just does some neat stuff. She
The
really
biggest
does.
thing is I have so many things sitting over there that I've made. I'd be like, I want to take this, but it has to be from June 1st to
to May 31st.
so
Absolutely.
you have to create new things every year.
I know. I found some art yarn when I was cleaning out the barn the other day, and I'm like, oh, it was after June 1st.
Before June 1st.
Or before June 1st. So I'm like, oh, nope, that one can't go. Why didn't I take that one last year? And I think it was one of the ones that we sat here. Remember, we were sitting here going, I don't know, I really like this one. Oh, I don't know, maybe that one.
Yeah, because you had a lot to choose from and you
I
could only
did.
pick two.
I did. Right now I have one.
But it's a beautiful one.
I got 3 weeks.
She does.
I can spend something. Possibly the night before.
Yep. So again, Great Lakes Fiber Show is May 27th and 28th. The store will be closed the 26th through the 29th for setup and Memorial Day as well. So yeah, come and join us.
I will put all the links. I love all of the vendors that are going to be there. I am not typing out 95 vendors with their links to their websites like I did for Wild and Woolly, and I'm really sorry. 35 versus 100 is a little different. Yeah. But I'll put a link to the vendors page. I will link you to the competitions pages, even separately, so that if you just want to do skeins versus garment.
Right.
I'll put those links in, and then I'll do a regular link just to the Great Lakes page so that you can go in and read about all the neat activities.
And the Facebook page too, so you can join the community.
Please join the community, and yes, I will do that.
Absolutely.
So much fun.
Yep. So there was one more thing that I wanted to mention, and is our next release at the end of the month is actually the Sunday, which is the 28th. It's actually, we will be at Great Lakes that day.
Yes.
So that video release is us, it's a teaching one.
Yes.
So I will be showing you how to hem stitch your projects on the Rigid Heddle loom. It is something that everybody keeps asking about. So that's what I'm going to do, and
it's a good thing I'll be filming it because maybe I'll actually learn something, because
unless you actually do it. But yeah, it's easy. It's just getting started.
It never looks right when I do it. There's just something about, like, I've tried it, I want to say 3 times. Not a lot, 3 times. And all 3 times it looked very different, and I did not see the point of it because it didn't look like it was going to hold stuff together.
It does.
Okay, so she says. So I'll film her and I'll watch I'll zoom in. We'll watch her hands. Yeah. But I think it's a good thing to learn.
Like it's that next video that you guys need to have as an option to fringing your projects, because you don't want fringe on your placemats, and some things don't.
That is why I never did my placemat kit from. Because I had 2 placemat kits. I did one of them, and they had fringe. I gave those to my mom, but I didn't do the other ones because I didn't want fringe, and I
didn't know how to do it.
Nope, and I didn't want to bother her to ask like the 9,000th question.
So, and we'll talk about many ways to finish the hem stitch off, but it makes it possible to just cut that off when you're done, so that you don't have to worry about doing any knots. Nothing's going to come unraveled.
Jim does the hem stitch, right?
He does. He loves the hem stitch.
This man has been weaving way less than I have.
He loves the
and
hem
he
stitch.
is just like taking off.
Once he learned it, that was the only thing he does, because he hates the knots. He hates the fringe on his pieces. Or he can cut it super close and just have tiny.
That blanket he did was amazing.
He's on blanket number 3.
Like literally doing pieces on the Rigid Heddle
and sewing them together.
And you don't look at that and go, oh, that was sewn together. Like, it literally looks seamless.
It's beautiful.
It's absolutely, like, he picked up on that really fast. So talented.
He doesn't knit or crochet, but weaving was the thing that clicked for him. So that's his relaxation that he does.
He's just got to quit busting into his wife's yarn stash.
He has his own now.
Yes, but she says he sneaks in and
He
all of a
does.
sudden there's something missing. And she's like, and I might not need it, but I walk in that room and I go, there's something missing.
It was funny the day she sent me a message and she goes, "Help! He's raiding my she shed." I was laughing so hard.
I love it. Guys, we're up to 300 and something subscribers.
Yeah.
We're getting there. I love it. We're growing. Please like, subscribe,
Yep.
share us with your fiber friends. All we want to do is grow the community of the fiber world.
Mm-hmm.
We love sharing. We love teaching. We like helping people find their happy place.
Yeah, and if you're able to get to us here at Longtail Knits, join the
visit.
family. It's a
Visit.
community of people who love being together.
Yeah.
And we share.
Yeah.
And they're not secrets. We share.
And
There
if
are
you're
no
a
secrets.
spinner and you're within a 3 to 4 hour drive of us, the spinning retreat is the last weekend in July. The more the merrier. It's a minimal cost. You learn stuff. You spin with fiber friends. It is such a fun weekend.
It's 2
So-
days, not just one. It's
Yeah,
Saturday
it's
and
Saturday and
both.
Sunday. Last weekend in July. Absolutely worth your time.
Absolutely, yeah.
So,
Yeah, we gotta go. We got
Happy
chatty
Mother's
today.
Day.
Yeah,
We did.
Happy Mother's Day.
we always get chatty on Great Lakes.
we do.
They're our
Well,
longest videos.
It's a lot of things to
It
talk
is.
about.
Absolutely, if you see this video, pop into our booth at Great Lakes and go, I saw that video. Lets us know we're doing something good.
Yeah.
All right, be good. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
Yep.
And both of us watch our Facebook pages because I'm sure we'll both be live from Great Lakes at some point
Yep.
over the weekend.
We'll try to be, because hopefully it's super busy and we don't have time like we did.
No, right, like even before they start letting people in this time. That's when we need to do it.
Yeah, because we're going to be there.
We have time to set up this time.
We do.
All right. You guys have a great day.
See you later. Bye.
Bye.